Hey guys and gals, welcome back to my layout expansion number 4. That's right, we're doing number 4. Framework is done, it's all bolted up and ready to go. So guess what I'm going to be doing in this video? I'm going to be putting track down. And I'm going to show you how I do my flex track on curves. So, if you guys are interested in that, stay tuned and watch the video. Oh yeah, I forgot one thing. If you like surprises, stay all the way to the end because there's going to be 2 surprises. Yes, sir. Anyhow, we'll talk to you guys later. Let's get on with the video right now. This vid production brought to you by Yankee Dabbler. For all your model railroad needs, check out Yankee Dabbler. Don't forget, 7% discount with BNSF 6951. And by Highways and Byways, awesome street graphics for your roads and streets on your model railroad layout. If you guys are looking for sophisticated model railroad electronics, Logic Rail Technologies has what you need. For a 5% discount on certain items, use code BNSF6951. Welcome back to another Vid Productions video. I am Vinny, your host, also known as BNSF6951. This is a model railroad channel. So if you guys are interested in run-up sessions, scratch builds, live streams, prototypes, and everything related to model railroads, this is the channel for you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down there, hit the bell or something there, and give me those too. Anyhow, with all that being said, let's get on with the video, so come on in. Alright guys, let me show you what I have done so far in this part of the expansion. As you can see, we're going to start right there coming out of the room. And we're going to go up, and as you can see, all the track has been put together. All the way around. And yes sir, nice little S-curve right there, I like that. There's going to be plenty of scenery around here. And come back down here. And go back into the other room. Now, second track is going to come out. He's going to go down, he's going to go around the back of that circle right there. And go into Williams and eventually Transcon, which is way down there. Anyhow, if you want to see how I got to this point, stay tuned and I'll show you all the ins and outs of putting this track together. Be right back. Alright guys, what we're going to do now is we're actually going to start doing some of the track work. It's not going to all be permanent, but just to get an idea if it's all going to work out. Anyhow, this piece right here is now 1. I already went ahead and soldered this joint to it straight. And also, at the other end, I went ahead and did that one down there. So basically we have one 3-foot section, my curve section, and another 3-foot section. So this corner here is pretty much done. And what I did was, instead of going on the black line like I have here, I actually went with the ties on the line instead of the center line. So it actually gave me a little bit bigger radius. Now, we're going to tackle the inside loop right now, and it goes around to the S-curve, which the camera is actually sitting on right now. But we're going to go ahead and do that. And how we're going to do that is with one continuous piece of track. Now I'm going to show you guys how I did this on my Helix, and it's guaranteed to be a kinkless free track work. Anyhow, let me reposition the camera and we'll get over there and I'll show you how this is all going to be done. So stay tuned and we will be right back. Alright guys, for you to do the job that I am going to do now, here's some of the stuff that you're going to need. You're going to need a pair of rail snippers, Zorons, that's what those are. You're going to need some flux. You're going to need rail joiners. You're going to need a hobby knife. You're going to need a file. And of course you're going to need solder. And you're going to need a soldering iron. Now, the way you do this do not have any kinks in your curves. I was taught this by Greg over at Fish Plate Films many years ago, and I built all 25 pieces of my track in my helix the way I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to do this. Now remember, we're going to make one full curve and start into the S curve with 3 pieces of track. I don't know how well this is going to work because I noticed that for some reason this batch of microengineering track is stiffer than normal. So I don't know if this is actually going to work. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and we'll see how this is going to work. Anyhow, first thing we're going to do, I'm going to turn a couple of these over, and we're going to take, I don't know, maybe 3 ties off of each side. Alright, and then the same on this one. Alright, now this is the trick that keeps everything straight. And notice there's a lot of not good stuff happening with this track today. Alright, so we're going to put these back rails, ties down, and now what we're going to do, actually I think I'm going to take a little bit more off on the ties here. Yeah, that's better. So we're taking a total of 5 ties off of each track. Alright, and now the trick is we will, let's see, let me get you back up here a little bit, just a little bit. There you go. We're going to stagger these rails, and this is what's going to keep it from getting kinked. So the measurement is up to you. But we'll do this much here, and then we'll just take this and do the same amount on the opposite rail. Okay, now you should have something that looks like this: long rail, short rail, long rail. And then we're going to go ahead and put those together. Now this one here seems to be, that needs to be, this one needs to be cut down just a little bit more. It's, yeah, about 1/16 of an inch too long. So I'm going to go ahead and trim him down. It's hard just to get that, just that little bit off. Let's see if that did it. It's still got a little bit of a gap on this side, but we're going to solder these joints, so the gap's not really going to be that big of an issue, but we want to try and get no gap. So we're going to have to try and do this again. I think that did it. I think that did it. Yeah, that's way better. Alright, now that we have that done, we will take our files and we'll file down where we made our cuts. Sorry guys, I'm right-handed, so I have to turn that around. But anyhow, we're just gonna, this is the bottom side of the track right now, and we're taking off the burr that's down there. And these Code 55 rail joiners are really tight, so if I make the rail just a little bit looser, that'll be okay. And I just run my finger over to make sure I don't feel that burr. And then we'll do the same thing on the shorter track. I know you guys are probably not seeing what I'm doing here. Let's see if I can get you in the camera. There you go. I'm just on the bottom of the track filing down the burrs, and then I'll also hit the sides and here again. Alright, so now This one should be close to being ready, and then we'll do the same thing with this guy. Just got to be that your fingernail does not catch on it. Alright, so now that feels good. This is the hardest part right here. Is trying to get these code 55 rail joiners on. Alright, let's see if we can get this on. Here comes the fun. Sparky's right, I am going blind. Yeah, I might have to go off camera to do this. Let's see if I can get the other one on this side. If they're not going on, it means, see, it started. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's going to be hard to push on, so I need to file that track down a bit more. Anyhow, let me go ahead and do that, and I'll bring it back for the next step. So we'll be back here in a minute. Alright guys, as you can see, I've got a nice joint here right now, and the track is staggered. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and solder this joint, and we're going to put some flux on here, and I am wearing my extra eyeballs so I can see what I'm doing. And we'll put some on this side. Alright, I already got the heating iron on. And I think I told you guys earlier that this was a gift from Dave BNSF N-Scale. And go ahead and solder this joint just as you would solder any other joint on any other project. Okay. And now, problem is I can't see this side. This up, you have to do it this way, I think. Yeah, come on, stand up for me. Alright. This is going to be fun. Alright. Let's see. There's something on this side to hold it. Alright, let's hit that with the flux again. Yeah. Alright. And let's see if we can get a good joint. Yeah. Dang it. Actually, I think that is a pretty good joint right there. Just gotta clean the top of the track off a bit. Alright, so we're gonna do the same thing at the other end of this piece of track right here. this guy. I already started to prepare that side to get that done. And then the hardest part is going to be doing the bend, because that's going to be very meticulous and very slow and frustrating and all that good stuff. All that happy stuff that we all thrive to have when we do model railroading. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and move down to the other end. The process is going to be exactly the same, so we'll see how it goes from there. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, this is the track right here that we just soldered together, and now we are slowly going to start doing this curve around here and then out on this little S curve that I got. So as I was saying earlier, this is the most tedious part of this job because you're going to be going back and forth, so we'll just begin. It's kind of working. Alright. Just gotta keep on going. Now we're coming up to our first solder joint here, and it looks like it's going to be okay. It's right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. No, we're not ready for you. We're not ready for you to start doing your S curve yet, there, buddy. Come on, lay down. There you go. Yeah, this is the longest piece I've ever worked with. Even with the video that I did, my original video on this, it was only 2 pieces. And so, like I said earlier, I don't know if this is actually going to work. I don't know. Either this is gonna work, or I just wasted 3 pieces of track. Alright, anyhow, you guys get the idea of what I'm trying to do here, and we'll have to see if this is all gonna work. Because like I said, I've never done 3 pieces, and also this new batch of micro-engineering track seems to be a lot stiffer, so it's not bending as I would like it to. Oops, I'm destroying everything on my layout. Alright, we'll be back in a little bit. Alright guys, one thing I do want to clarify, I only do the staggered part of the track when the curve is going to, when the joint is going to be actually in the curve. For instance, this one here is not going to be in the curve, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut this to length. I already preformed the track. Hold on a second. I already preformed the track that's going to go here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut this piece right here and connect them with rail jointers and then solder that joint together. And I'll do that on the next connection also, because it'll be on a straight. But the one after that, I am going to go ahead and put two pieces together and run it around as one unit. So with that being said, let's get started. Alright guys, sometimes these rail joiners can be a little bit finicky. So now I got them both in there, and we're going to go ahead and solder this. The only difference with this solder joint is I am actually going to go to the other side of the layout to solder this side. Makes it easier for me to see. So we'll go ahead and do this side first, and then I'll change positions of where I am going to solder the other side from. Anyhow, I like this little soldering iron that Dave BNSF gave me. Seems to work really well. And let's see. Here we go. Alright. I'm going to run around to the other side and go ahead and solder this other side up. So hang on guys, I will be right back. Alright, and now on the other side, and we'll go ahead and solder this side up. And what is hurting me here? Alright. Alright, so right now the S curve is already done, and now we're starting on this here, and pretty soon we'll be around to this side over here. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and reposition the camera, and we'll get back on to the next joint. That right there is going to be the next joint we're going to work on. But I'm not going to record that because my back will be in the way. So I will return when I get that piece done, and then I will show you the final curved piece, and we'll continue on from there. Be back in a few. Alright guys, like my little message says, all work and no play makes for a grumpy old man. So I decided to do a couple of test runs. This is an SD40. It's manufactured by Intermountain, and it was a gift from Sparky 107 one of the times that he came here. I believe it was the second time. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he will correct me. Anyhow, what I am doing now is I am going to go ahead and run this around the loop that I just completed and see how everything works. So anyhow, this is, so far it looks pretty good. And we're going around the back loop, and then we're going to be coming into my little S-curve here, which I think is going to look pretty cool once I get all the scenery done. Yeah, where that camera tripod is, there'll be a big mountain right there. There'll be some scenery between the two tracks in front of you that you see right now. And a bunch of ponderosa pines dumped by long-shadowed trees. Alright, we're going into the second curve now. So far it's looking pretty good. I mean, the track might still be a little bit dirty. I gave it a once over, but I think it still might be a little bit dirty. But other than that, it seems to be running just fine. Especially the spot that I just passed back there. I was having little problems on that solder joint, but it seems to have worked out okay. And this is the final leg of this run. And we're slowing this SD40 down. This is a good running locomotive. I use it on occasion just to make Sparky happy. But let's see what we're going to get into next. Alrighty then. Second surprise. Yes, sir. I thought it would be kind of fun to add a couple of pieces of rolling stock to that locomotive, and let's see how that's going to look. Same locomotive with about 5 pieces of rolling stock on there. And this time we're going to do the startup sequence. This will be the same run, except this time we're going to be towing some cars around with us. There we go. Now, like I said, the track's still a little bit dirty, so you'll hear a little skip in the sound of the locomotive. But other than that, the track work seems to be fine. And you can see I'm running at speed step number 14 on a 1/28 scale. And this is just to test the track work out. Alright, I'll let you listen to the sound of this locomotive for a few minutes, and then we'll get on to the rest of the video. It's going to look really cool going around this S-curve when all the scenery gets in there. This little addition that I added on to this particular section that the train is on now is going to add about 2 or 3 minutes extra to my continuous run time. Sorry about that. But as you can see, so far, we're looking pretty good. I like playing with the horn. There'll be a big mountain in that section also that the train will be actually going around to it. And then I'm going to extend the scenery from my helix up to the framework of that section right there. So it'll look pretty cool once I get done with it. But now don't think because we're at the final leg here that this is over, because there is one more surprise coming up. Alright, we're going to park this guy right there, since that's the end of the line for now. Eventually it will go into the other room. But let's prepare for our third surprise. SD40 shutting down. Haha, I lied. There's one more test run. So here we go. This was another gift from Mr. Roy Hardwick. This is a BLI ST70 UP Heritage, the Katie, number 1988. And it's got that the super duper bottom end, but I don't have that. And let's see how this guy runs around. Now I'm not touching the throttle here, but it senses it's going up a hill. So it's automatically adjusting the prime mover. You see I'm on number 6 right there. And you can hear the prime mover is revving up. I just thought I'd try some different rolling stock on here just to make sure everything runs, because like I said at the very beginning of this series, that my curves are kind of tight. Right now that's about a 15-inch radius that it's going around, and it doesn't look too bad. And like I said, where all those tools are, that will all be maybe the town of Williams, in addition to the station and the hotel that I'll be doing up there in that section. But I think I'm really going to love this little S curve right here. Sorry to keep talking about it, but I think it's going to be cool. Oh, the Rolling Thunder, that's what it's called, Rolling Thunder. I don't have the speaker and whatever else you need to do that, so I'm not worried about it. Yeah, it looks like it's doing okay. 6 axle problems, no problem at all. Again, this is another tight curve. This one here is probably about a 15.5-inch radius. And again, there'll be a mountain there, or at least a hill, maybe an industry. Roy Hardwick was telling me that there is a rock quarry up there that I might model. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But anyhow, we're heading down the final leg, and I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video. And as always, your questions, comments, inputs, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. BNSS 6951 and the Cuz out for now.